Well, hello and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot, the audio edition. Because for all intent and purposes, there is no video edition. Yes, you're looking at a screen now, you got 5 cards, that's the spread for today, that's the frequency, that's the energy. But you're not going to see any movement. It is what it is, and I'm doing that intentionally. I want you to focus. We are probably the most distracted species on the planet, us human beings. That is intentional, because the more they can keep you occupied, keep you focused on silly shit, the more freedom they have to control you. That's the name of the game. If you're not buying something, you're seeing some disaster, you're seeing something destroyed, you're seeing something taken away, you're seeing something... A lot of emphasis on fear, if you notice. A lot of emphasis on fear. All of it to control you. How do we know? Well, at the end of World War II, there was something called the Nuremberg Trials. And some of the key Nazis, not all, some got away because people let them get away, but some of the Nazi leaders did stand trial in Nuremberg. I think it was Goebbels, not sure, could get him confused. But he was the, let's call him the PR guy for Hitler, public relations. And during the trial at Nuremberg on Goebbels, they asked him, how did you get the German people to follow along? Germany was coming out of a sort of a depression. Their economy was doing great. The Germans were some of the most highly educated citizens in Europe, maybe the world. They had everything going. How in the hell did you convince them to go fascist, to go Nazi? And Goebbels said, real easy, just scare them. That's how the human beings are impacted the most. Turns out, you make decisions in the front part of your brain. Okay? You get scared and the blood rushes, not all of it, but most of it, from the front of your brain to the back of your brain, which is your lizard brain. When you get scared, you stop thinking. You become a lizard. You simply react. You need not to get scared to keep the blood in the front of your head so that you can rationally figure things out. But we're not wired that way. Maybe it goes back to caveman days when you had a saber-toothed tiger attacking you. You didn't have time to think, you just reacted. Okay. Doesn't work so well today. May not even have worked that well back in the caveman days. Nevertheless, when you get scared, remember, the blood that is in the front of your head to help you think goes predominantly to the back of your head, your lizard brain, and all you're doing is reacting. That's why they want to scare you. That's what Goebbels meant. And that's why you see so much fear in the world, so much disruption in the world. They want you to be afraid 24/7 because that means you're operating from your lizard brain 24/7, and they can lead you into anything they want. So, with that as a preamble, we go to the middle card. This is the Oracle card. It sets the stage for the reading, and the card is Orphaned. Look at the gal on top of this stone, whatever it is, structure. She looks like a lot of people on the planet feel. Dejected, rejected, alone, forgotten. All by yourself. No support, no help, no guidance, no strength, no nothing. Orphaned. That's what happens when you're an orphan. You lose parents, both parents, usually. And so here is this child facing a world with no parents. Now, they may have brothers or sisters, but brothers and sisters, no matter how well intended, are not mom and dad, right? So here she is suffering. A lot of people on the planet feel orphaned as well. They are lost in space. Literally, lost in space. They don't know what's up, what's down, what's left, what's right, what's night and dark. They don't know. The meme for today fits in perfectly. If you're not careful, you will end up living the illusions others have created for you. Lizard brain. If you are not careful, you will end up living the illusions that others have created for you. You're orphaned. You're lost in space. You don't know which way up is, or down, or left or right. You're lost. So, let's go to the first card all the way to the left. It is the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups means you have to walk away from something or someone. Cups are things or people that we are emotionally connected to. Doesn't mean that we're in love, doesn't mean that we're in romantic love. It means we are connected to them on an emotional level. Much like maybe you have a favorite uncle or favorite aunt or grandma, grandpa, something like that. There's that connection. In this case, it could be a thought, an idea, a feeling, a person. You got to walk away from whatever that is. And there's a full moon up here in the left corner, so I'm thinking you maybe have a couple of weeks to help figure this thing out. What is it that I have to walk away from? I'm attached, I'm connected. There is some level of emotional safety, but I still feel lost in space. I'm still orphaned. The idea, the thought, whatever is in my life, but I still feel orphaned. Got to walk away from this. Got to walk away from this. No choice. Now, the next card is the Hangman, but in reverse, and I do this rarely, but this came up, and I decided to go with it. Hangman in reverse means that you already are thinking about changing your thinking, changing your view, changing your vision. You're already giving it some thought. You know, if I just ... whatever it is, you have been already thinking about dropping something, someone, and leaving it behind. The reason you haven't is because of the Eight of Cups. You are connected to it emotionally. But you feel so alone, so isolated, so orphaned. Next card over, Seven of Swords. You see, he does have 7 swords, and he is walking away from something. He has planted 2 swords. That means he's made the decision. He's leaving with 5 swords. He's leaving what is true for him, what resonates with him, his truth. He's walking away from, well, looks like kind of a social time, a good time. There may be very much a connection to the Eight of Cups at the beginning, walking away from something or someone he's connected to, but he realizes he is in the process of at least thinking about, I got to change my mind. I got to do it differently, but I don't know what to do. And maybe the best advice of all is the Judgment card, the final card. Interesting thing about the Judgment card is it is an awakening, it's a rebirth, it's a new perspective. And what makes it work is that you bring something from the past, somebody or something, some thought, some idea, some feeling, some person, bring it into the present, where you are right now, and take a look at that. Get some perspective. Do I want to take it with me into the future or no? You have to make that decision. Yes, you are orphaned. Yes, you're lost in space. Yes, you're all by yourself. But remember, if you're not careful, you're going to end up living the illusions others have created for you. You didn't create it. And it's making you feel disconnected from everything and everyone around you. Oh, you may be popular, you may be sociable, you may have a lot of friends, but the connection, not so much. You feel orphaned, isolated, alone. Make the decision. Take the next couple of weeks. We got a new moon coming up in a day or so, full moon in a couple of weeks. Take that couple of weeks and figure out, how do you connect again? You decide what you want your life to be. Leave the past behind and step forward into a future. This is going to be a hell of a tough year. Tough year. So it's important you determine your future as best you can for yourself. That's the reading. Back again tomorrow with another Tao Manifested Tarot reading. Hope you can join me. I do a brand new read every day, 365. But if not, between now and the next time we get together, peace and blessings.